So, hello. I guess there's a first time for everything. So, bear with me if there are any mistakes. Graphics not working 100% fine. Little glitches left and right, but even I'm joining the train of streaming. So, it's a Nordschleife GT3 week. Obviously, with the 24-hour race coming this weekend. I'm in the McLaren 100% baseline setup. Just gonna see how it goes. Checking some results from earlier races today. There's literally nobody in McLaren, so I guess it's not the most ideal car around here, but just see how it goes. So put the gloves on. Actually, while watching the stream from last weekend's 24-hour racing, kind of got me jealous in some way, because even if you're not the fastest or if it's not the most ideal race, racing around this track still has to be one of the best things on the planet. On top of that, there are even guys running it in two cars in real life this weekend. So that's, I guess that's what you call a busy weekend. For now, first lap, just a brief check how the setup is. It's baseline, so it's far from ideal, I assume. We should just start with a banker lap, get some mileage in. Lap time doesn't really matter straight away, because we got to run the whole out lap here prior to starting a lap. But it's good to get a feeling what to change in the setup and what to do next to the basic stuff, as being the rear wing and so on. Well, that being because of the super long straight here. So there we go, Nordschleife. There's actually someone coming from the pit there. I wonder how we did that. So far the setup's actually quite safe to drive. Where I remember the McLaren, it's always been the super snappy oversteering car, but waves to the Audi.
Clear.
Oh. There we got the McLaren oversteer. If there's anything wrong with volumes or things you spot in the stream which are not good, then please do let me know so I can fix it for the next time. One of the bottoming out. One of the good things about this track in GT3 that towards a 24-hour weekend, the real life one, I mean, everybody gets the Nordschleife fever, so to say. So if you see the size of the fields already from the races that have been today, it's like 3 to 4 splits already, with a lot of pro drivers jumping in as well. So that's really cool to see, especially the basic European times that you can just, well, jump in and expect a full field, because I already just saw the race. It's coming up in a bit with over 100 sign-ups already. So I'm not going to do a race yet. First need to figure out this track and car a bit. But as soon as you got that dialed, then definitely move over to the more fun part. difficult. Always one of the difficult things with the GT3 is actually get quite some downforce already. If you can then get elevation changes, sometimes the car just starts acting funky, with all disaster as a result. Gotta say with as well for the setup things that I'm going to change later on. I'm no expert with GT3s, got no experience with them whatsoever in iRacing, so will be trial and error and, well, use the part of sim. Oh, that was close. Use the part of sim racing that makes it the best and just hit escape when things go wrong. First initial feel that that's medium low speed, it's all fine to drive, but high speed there's quite a lot of lift off in the rear. So we can think about raising the rear ride height for that bit, because ideally we can drop the rear wing quite a lot to get more top speed, but should actually compare it a bit to the Mercedes, because that's the most favourite car I can see in the driving field, or in the results from previous races. So the best part of this track. Actually not sure even if I should go here this weekend, because it's not that far from my house. It's like a 4-hour, 5-hour drive, I think. But if the weather is good, it's a mega event to go to and attend real life, and especially the part I'm driving towards now. Will always be very busy and celebrate and enjoy it the German way. It's funny that you hear drivers explain after this race that during part of the racetrack they can actually smell the barbecues in the evening. This is flat in real life. Oh, I need to lift for now because it will bite me. Go long straight. Now I see cars standing on the right here, which makes me think you can actually reset the car early in the lap to get there and skip the whole out lap. But if anyone can tell me how to do it, I have no clue whatsoever. So try to adjust my glove. Actually survive the whole lap. We survived the whole lap around the Nordschleife. We'll probably bin it now after a few corners, but hey, better die trying. Actually quite a lot of traction control on the exit as well. But it's one of the things you should know and change for the next session. Oh, mid-corner understeer. So currently the optimal is at 8:16.7. Well, I've seen race lap on 8:04, 8:05. Well, bear in mind there can always be a little bit track difference in iRacing practice sessions, but we've got plenty to work on, that's for sure. Ooh, scary part, scary part. One I think I need to check in the replays was compare it to the top speed of the Mercedes. I have absolutely no clue what the bob's like currently in the GT3 class in iRacing. But seeing the amounts of Mercedes kind of tells me already what car is the best to take here, but I don't always want to take the easy route. And hit up with the linkage I've got with McLaren currently, it kind of points me towards this car, especially with these kind of fun races. Scary initial bite on the car that gives you an oversteery feeling that then transfers into understeer. This was sketchy in the previous lap. Oh, still is. Oh, there's so much lift off at high speed. Took a quick peek at the setup shop as well for this track to see if there was any for this season, but literally no setups for McLaren in there. Oh, this is where it pulled him out previous lap. So of course does again. Oh, hit the inside curb. Oh, it's better. Traction control biting me there on the exit because it ran on the grass. One of the things actually, obviously again, one of the things I actually want to do in this channel is make a kind of road to VLN series. Next VLN race in iRacing is in 2 months, 1 month, 5-6 weeks, somewhat in that region. And I think I want to take part there in the Porsche and see how I can cope with the German Nordschleife specialists that run the series for quite a long time already. Who run it for quite a long time already, which is cool to just measure myself on such an iconic place. It will require some practice, because the thing has to be like 100% comfortable to be fast with it around such a place. Races are like 4 hours long, so doing that alone is possible. Not ideally, it's possible. And I probably will do it as well. Porsche is one of the more friendly ones to jump in. GT3 is a bit more knowledge and setup dependent, so to say, which is fine. But I'd rather take it step by step and first try the Porsche and see how I do, and if I can improve into a further race. Carousel 1. Or engineer would kill me in real life if I exit it like that, just full throttle in the traction control. Just snap off the drive shafts. Always an oversteer tricky exit as well here, and then into this one. So it kind of drops away from you on this point, always giving a slight oversteer. most ideal place to go off on such a long track. Nearly complete the whole lap and then almost went off there. I wonder what that will be. This thing uses a lot of fuel around here. Checking it now, but it could actually be one of the reasons that people don't really use it around here, because you got to refuel so much compared to another car. We actually made it. So about 9 seconds off. Oh, there's someone coming out of the box. Stop the car. Yeah, I need to work on the chat thing. Actually looking it up on my phone right now because I've got triple screen here, but I've got no chat overlay. So bear with me that I'll look at the chat during the pit stops, but I can't do it while driving. So hello and well, thanks for watching, so to say. Piotro, attack every corner as if Nicky was ahead of you. Wouldn't last long then. And yes, Philippos, we all hope that. So, setup changes. As you can see here, it's baseline. One of the things I mostly notice on the different setups is that the tire pressure is too high now, so I'll drop them a bit as far as I can go. Yeah, go to minimum, which is mostly the trick. Apply. Traction control. 1 is off. 2 to 6 increases. So we'll go to 2. And ABS is a setting. 11 is the most support. 12 is off. I think it has too much ABS, so I'll drop that to 4. Brake pressure bias seems fine. I think the cameras in the front are a tad low. And this is all just by rough idea. I'm not going into real damper stuff yet. Oh, and the next thing is that the front's too low. I'm actually going to raise the front a bit more just to try and cover off the lift off we get on high speeds, because it's really tricky to drive. So more camber, higher in the front, change tire pressures, ABS, and traction control. One of the things I always try to do is not do too much at once. So I'd rather just go out now, feel the outlap. If it's good, we'll keep it. If it's not good, we'll ditch it. But it's the way how I work. So any more questions? No. So that gives me a safe option to go on track without somewhat ignoring people. And there we go. Well, the thing I currently see happening is always good. It's a green number on top of my screen. but the big test will be if it's better at high speeds, because that's where the car is really tricky to drive. I'm actually going to go off throttle now because the guy in front of me is on his lap, and it's annoying if I'm on an out lap and I actually overtake him. We got a gap to behind, so it's safe to do. Oh, there we go. That's a bonus point. Spinning on the Nordschleife and not hitting the wall.
Car stopped ahead.
Even though the tyres might not be in optimal shape now, it's not always good. Oh, there's still the lift off there, high speed. It's not as bad as it was, but feels a brake bias too much to the front, so drop that a bit to the rear. It's one of the things I need to get used to so badly in iRacing, is that you see brake bias values below 50, which makes absolutely no sense in my head, but it works. I'm always more like the 60 front 40 rear guy, and of course you can go to 55 in extreme situations, but in iRacing it's always a different case. You've got to be way more rearwards. Understeer on exits. As soon as I go on throttle, it kind of washes out. Oh, and there's still the oversteer. Got it. Will I be at the next Sim Expo? Yes, I assume so. I was there last year, it was good fun. Seeing people face to face instead of the regular sim racing hype of being on streams or being on TeamSpeak or Discord or whatever. Oh, there was the lift off again. Yeah, next step I'll take is exchange the rebounds from the rear, because every time I go off throttle it lifts. And even though it's a mid-engine, which will always have a little bit of this problem, this is too much. You don't want to go into a race with this kind of oversteer, because you always be on the ragged edge of keeping it on track. It's not the way to go in such place. I always prefer to have a slight understeery car and then balance that out with your own driving and then maximize it. I feel that the next upgrade I need in this room is damn air conditioning. Oh my god. It's really warm outside in Holland the last few days. Actually, if you're sim racing, you should be sitting outside next to a pool. But you know where the blood goes. Oh, straight, so I can look at the chat. Yes, Nemo. I spotted it. Next stream it will be fixed. I haven't really figured out the window mode properly from iRacing yet, so as soon as I alt up, it messes up the stream format. But I'll definitely keep it in mind and drop it for the next time. In McLaren sim, whole days. Whole days. You arrive at like 8:40, 45 in the morning, and then you start a day and you're done when the test program is done. It's just like a winter test day in Barcelona, for example, for the guys. There's a run program prior to the day, you run through it, you do the best job you can, give the best feedback you can, and hope to improve the car together with the engineers. It can be 1 day, it can be 2 days, it can be 3 days. It can be a lot of days. And I mean that at one, like in one go. But 2 is the regular thing that we tend to do in a row. If you see me looking down weirdly at the stream, that's because I tried to read the chat on the straight. Really need to figure it out so I can just read it while driving on one of the 3 monitors instead of on my phone, which is lying next to my knee basically. So setup seems to be improved. Not drastically, but wasn't too much of a change as well. At the spin in the out lap, well, it's not too bad. And with these kind of cars, it's all about laps as well, so just rather finish this lap as well, and then do a few more little changes and then build it from there. It's one of the things that always annoys me about people exit and crash and exit and crash. You just keep clicking and clicking in the setup without just basically just putting the laps in you need. Nobody's quick from the first lap. There's a lot of people who are quicker in the first lap, but in the end it always takes time and effort to be on top of the game. And yes, you've got people with more experience in certain places, but it kind of answers the thing as well, because it's experience. Experience and dedication, that's the trick to be successful. Oh, watch out. Oh, it lifts off again. Oh, Lord. Understeer. That's a general feeling with this car. It's mostly understeer, but it bites so hard if it does. Oh, it was on the floor there. This car just washes out. There's quite some understeer in the throttle as well. Traction control doesn't really let me turn the car on throttle. Something to work on from my side as driver input, because if I'm too early on the throttle I create my own understeer and there's no way I can set up around that. Well, I can, but I will compromise an area which shouldn't be compromised because I'm just doing the wrong inputs. There's one major thing as well, sim racing, be honest against yourself, and if you're doing something wrong then accept you are, fix it instead of trying to work around it. It's always easy to blame the setup or the car, but 75% of the time it's more driver than car if anything's wrong. Yes, setup makes you go quicker, don't get me wrong. I think you know what I mean about the easy way to always blame the car setup. Well, first of all, McLaren has its own program they run. It's not been put out what it is. It's not a specific platform. But the models they're using are so good that they can literally verify everything in the sim with the real car and vice versa. So I don't know the real details behind it. I'm just lucky enough to be in position to drive it and enjoy it. But yeah, it's spot on, so to say. So it's just real cool that's possible for the teams, because I assume it's not only McLaren having their stuff figured out in that direction. Just multiple teams. Oh, I missed up there. Multiple teams use sims. It's just technology, and you see it in so many different racing classes. It's not just Formula 1. It's transferring over to WEC and VLN, because it's an expensive track to let drive. Oh god, I talked too much, I messed it up. It's an expensive track to let guys test if they can get most of the track knowledge from a sim. So I know quite a lot of guys who run the Nordschleife and they just practice on Africa 2 or iRacing. Or even a set of Corsa, just for the track knowledge. And we can all get into the debate of what sim's the best, but for them it's just general track knowledge. I don't know why, but I start to lose time the last 4 sectors. That's probably what I said, talking too much. Because it doesn't really feel bad, it just doesn't go quicker. Oh, I don't. Oh, steer, save me on that one. Oh, steer. It's so scary to drive. It's so scary. Here's what. Over that little crest. Dirt rally skills come into play. Wait for the good moment, let it roll out. There we go. physics, definitely physics. It's definitely physics. I personally don't give a single F about graphics. It just has to feel good. And obviously you always got preferences, but I'd rather have a game that feels absolutely amazing than having motion blur and all this kind of bullshit, which is actually the first thing I kill when trying a new game, if it's an option in there. Ah, 811.8. Oh, I gained 2 positions in the server. That's good. So, next changes. First of all, how much time is it to go in the server? Oh, it's only 10 minutes, so can only do an outlap before it will be done. Or any of you guys need to know the trick to put me like way more forward into the lap. But if not, I'll just do a quick setup change and run the outlap and go from there. So, front was still on the floor, so let's raise the front a bit more to get it a bit more safe. Yes, let's go together with a dropped rear and stiffer front spring. I don't know if this raises the car in iRacing. Yes, it does, so I'll drop it back. Why a stiffer front spring? To see if that will solve the tricky bit during the high speed corner. So rear slightly lower, front stiffer. I won't get into those kind of things. Brake pressure is more to the rear now, and we don't have that much time, so I'd rather just go out. What physics I like the most? There's only one possible. LFS, good old days. But for now, I think every sim has their good and their bad parts. iRacing tends to have the community, just the people around it, the whole fun atmosphere. There's always people to race with. While I'm a really fan of R-Factor 2 as well, they're not there yet, but in some areas I think they're better than iRacing, but they just lack the community around it, so to say. It's actually one of the things you will see me do on this channel, which is stream R-Factor 2 things as well, and possibly even some beta related things pre-release, so that could be a really cool thing. So 8 minutes to go in the session. Which is not enough for a lap, but it's enough to get an idea if this setup change is the right direction. The main priority with the setup change is to see if the car is more safe high speed. We can always get grip low speed. It's not the biggest issue. But the snappiness at high speed, that's what scares me in these kind of cars. It scares me in a way of not being able to go 100% at it. Yeah, it's a bum. Good old LFS days. To actually stream a bit of it as well. I still play it now and then, mostly to drift, but it's just so much fun to drive. And by now LFS is past in the way of physics and feeling, but when I played it like 2006, 2007, I couldn't imagine anything else. Nothing better than LFS. So, I'm going to put a question to you guys. What should I stream next? Because this session is going to be over in about 6 minutes from now. And obviously there's more available in iRacing at the moment than just GT3 and Nordschleife. I just tend to jump in stuff and enjoy it. So, not going for lap times, just for, well, stream testing, I should say. Oh, it's getting better, the lift off. You can see it in the time as well. The car goes a lot less sideways in that area. So that's good. by the way, what to drive, I did see that the iRacing Le Mans series at Suzuka, Ford GT Suzuka, that sounds like a really good plan to me. Oh, that was the oversteer. Bathurst IMSA, yep, oh now you got me. Bathurst IMSA, basically just going from the Nordschleife in Germany to the one in Australia, so I'll take a Ford GT around there and enjoy it a lot, I think. Did a race, I'm not like the typical iRacing guy. I used to be in like 2010-11, qualified for DWC and so on, but things just didn't work out. But lately I'm getting more towards iRacing again. Obviously I've got a job in England, but next to that I've got plenty of time to do sim racing at home. I obviously got weeks where I don't, but I also have the weeks where I do. So I miss the sim racing, so to say. Kind of took the distance from it early 2018, but it's good to just be back out there, and it's just fun doing races. And I kind of changed my own approach to not really caring if I win every race I enter, but just having a good race and a good fight and just having fun. Because my real sim racing that counts is over in England. But last week at Ford GT at Spa, I've been race for over an hour and then being within 2 seconds with the top 3 and it being decided 1 lap from the end. In that case I did come out a winner, but if I was P3 I would have been certified well, just because it was such a good race, such a good fight. And that's something you do find in iRacing during the good splits, good race times, that there's generally a good driver standard, so you always end up in a good fight. That's kind of what gets me back to iRacing a bit, to be fair. Still don't like the time model in some directions, but we've got to moan about something. Ooh, parked Audi. Hello. So, the last major oversteer check. It's getting into the direction. Probably need to raise the front more, make it even more stiff, but it's getting better. Then we get into the slow speed corners, because that's starting to be more understeery now because of the stiffer front springs. But if you look in the left of the screen, there's a lot of purple, which means it goes quicker than previous. So oh yeah. Purple, purple, purple. I like purple. Deep purple. Oh, just gonna wing it now, flat out here. Oh, scary as hell. Flat through here. Oh yeah. Traction control actually jumps in there. At least got the optimal below at 810, which is good around here. Which is good. Satisfied with that. Lumbo Place, 100% Dutch. 100% Dutch. I did try out Mobilista, which is good as well. And I'm not going into the part of which seems better. Like I said before, we all got our preferences. We all got a preference. Everything has plus and minus, and I just rather play all of them and enjoy it instead of being in one camp and and trying to make people angry or whatever. They're all got their preferences. There's 50 seconds to go in this session, so I just call it quits there. So got to a 8097 optimal, plus our guys run 804 in race trim, so I either got to find 5 seconds in the setup, and myself, don't get me wrong. I'll try a few different cars and see if it gap's a little bit smaller there, but there's definitely time in me and more laps here, but I will do this week because this track is really cool. I saw in the comments that there's IMSA at Bathurst, which sounds really good. Because of that, I'll end the stream for now here on this track. Grab a drink and I'll be back in like 15 minutes on Bathurst in a Ford GT. So thanks for watching. I know it's not ideal, it's not perfect, it's the first time for everything. Volumes are mixed up, and it will be better already the next session. If there's any comments, leave them down below, and otherwise hit the subscribe button and watch if you enjoy. And thanks for watching for now.